Terrace project. It's been about a week since we've had you guys out here. You're going to see probably a little bit of kind of some spotty film work that I did after you guys came out last week. Shot some with my GoPro just so you could kind of see a little bit of the process while we had some of the first floor walls going up. But today we're going to take a look. We don't have the stairs to get upstairs yet, but we do have our second floor walls are all up. Our rafters are all in, and they just started laying the sheathing in the attic that they're going to work from to build the roof structure. So we just got all the lumber for the roof delivered today. So tomorrow they're starting framing the roof line. This is all going to be stick-built roof, no trusses. Some houses it just makes more sense to stick build instead of using trusses. Some houses with a more basic roof line, trusses are the better route to go. You'll notice we've got our, we talked about last week, we got a big arch door coming in. And this window, you can kind of see the size better from the inside of the house because we have not trimmed the rest of the opening through the sheathing yet. So the window goes up to that header on top. So nice big tall window coming in. And now that we have rafters in, you get a feel for how tall the ceilings are in here. We're 18 foot from floor to ceiling in here. So when you come in, this is all going to be a big open staircase. There will be no walls blocking it off, so you'll just have railing and balusters going up. From the main level up is going to be open like that, and same going down to the basement. We're going to do hardwood finished stairs all the way throughout, so this will still stay feeling very open. We had built a similar floor plan to this a year back, and we had a huge, like 8-foot tall chandelier from the ceiling coming down here. It looked awesome. Just the things you could do when you got tall ceilings kind of makes it fun. So when you come in through, we kind of talked last time about being a big open space. You kind of get the feel for that now, where our great room ends on this wall here. Again, the fireplace is not yet framed in. That's going to come kind of after the fact. But it runs wide open from that wall all the way back to the kitchen, the back wall in the kitchen there. It stays. It's a big open space. We're going to have tons of natural light with 8 windows in the great room. And then we've got huge triple window in the little breakfast nook there. So yeah, and again, we did, going back to the house we built similar to this, since we had such a big room here, we thought it would look funny with a standard ceiling fan in it. And the house I live in right now, this kind of showed me that it does look silly. We have a huge tall ceilings in there and a little like 60-inch fan. So we did an 84-inch fan on a 4-foot pole in the last house, and it looked fantastic. So I'm going to try and talk our client into doing a big fan in here. It kind of makes a statement. And one thing we did in this that's a little bit different, and if you follow our YouTube channel, if you want to see some pictures of our older projects, take a look at, we have a link in our About Us to our Instagram, and you'll see some pictures of the house I'm referencing. We had left the catwalk open like it is here, but we did not leave the wall open where it comes around the turn. So it kind of closed off this room a little bit more, whereas now it'll stay, 2-story ceiling all the way wrapped around the curve. So we'll do the same, hardwood hand railing all the way around, wrapped in an L shape. Just going to give it more of a volume here. And the engineers called out a ton of LVLs on this project. We have quad LVLs laminated for this run here, and they go all the way from the back of the house to the front of the house with quad 2x6s at each point for load bearing. That carries the upstairs, the end of the upstairs, as well as we have roof points that tie down to it. And then not far from it, they wanted a double LVL, and not a whole lot further than that, another quad LVL. And this one this is going to be the end of the upstairs, another quad LVL that runs from the front of the house to the back. And again, with this one's got 5 supports inside and outside. So we have spent a small fortune on engineered lumber for this project, but you don't ever want to run into issues with sagging, settling issues. I mean, no matter what, you're going to get a little bit of settle with wood. It's going to happen, but you'll never get sagging issues or excess settling when you let the engineers do their job and don't gripe about how much engineered lumber costs. Just suck it up, do it right, and don't ever worry about it. So again, this is our kitchen area here. We're going to have cabinetry that wraps from this wall all the way to the back, around, and around that wall there. Sinks on that side. We've got a walk-in, good sized walk-in pantry for them here. And I know we walked you through the kind of the floor plan last time with no walls, but this gives you a better feel for it with walls. This is going to be kind of like the mudroom entry from the garage. We're going to do shallow lockers with a little built-in bench. And then in the back there is going to be their laundry room. We have a little coat rack room that's double-sided. One, so if you come in through the garage, you got a place to put coats, miscellaneous here. Same thing from the main entry side. You walk in, we have another little coat room closet there, and the powder room for the, the kind of common living area is just inside of here. More LVLs. We have double LVLs on both sides of the catwalk coming across. And again, just with how far our span is from this wall to the back wall, we had to do it so we don't ever run into sagging problems. Here's yet a whole nother bundle of engineered lumber, all LVLs. And these are all going to be part of our roof structure on the house. So we just had the load of lumber delivered today to stick build the roof. The sheeting has not come yet. So this pile here, this pile, that pile, these two piles here, just to give you guys an idea how crazy lumber still is. Now this is August 3rd right now. So the futures have come down 70%, but all of the lumber yards had purchased at higher prices, so they're taking their time bringing pricing down. So just those bundles of lumber for the roof were $16,910. That is absolutely ludicrous, in my opinion. I can't fathom why they haven't. Well, I mean, I understand why they haven't started to lower the price, but when the prices went up as soon as the futures went up, and of course now it's going to take their time to come back down. So hopefully within the next month to 2 months we start to see somewhat normal prices for lumber again, because it's ridiculous. So yeah, and you'll see in the front of the house is actually starting to look like a house now. We've got one wall left to put in for the garage, which they haven't set in yet because it's so much easier to get all your lumber upstairs and your roof load up when you can just pull the wall inside and lift everything up. So that front wall will be one of the last things that we put on. And our garage is still a little low. We got about a foot of sand left to bring in to bring the floor up. But we're not going to pour the floor until we're completely done with framing. So it kind of gives you a feel for what the house is going to look like. And then they've still got to frame the whole entryway that goes in. And the entry is a 2-story entry with a big stone arch, and it'll be all brick inside. But we're getting there. Probably another 3.5 weeks worth of framing is my rough guess. The roof structure takes a little while.